Good afternoon, everyone. How are y'all doing today? I hope y'all have had a great week this week, and so far having a great weekend. If you're new to this channel, I just want to welcome you. On this channel, I teach you all how to learn to crochet different types of items. And if you'll go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and the bell so that way you can get notified of when I upload new videos. And we're doing things a little different today. Normally I do a Facebook Live video every Friday night, and then I'll take that video and upload it to YouTube. But instead of doing that this week, I thought I'd just go on ahead and make a separate video just to post to YouTube. So that way you all can come onto YouTube, watch it. I'll also post the link down below to my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and my website, so you can go on out there and follow me for updates and new products that will be rolling out here shortly. I do just want to make a quick announcement. I am a little backed up on orders, so at this time we're not taking any new orders until I can get some of those knocked out. I do want to thank everyone, and I appreciate everyone for all their orders, and I appreciate all of you for being here and watching this today. So without any more talking, let's go on ahead and get into what we're making today. Now, if you all remember, last week we started working on our little fox that we've been making, and last week we went on ahead and finished making the nose here. So we've made the nose for our fox. This week we're going to go on ahead and we're going to make the ears. So we're going to make the outer part. I've already made one ear, so here's the outer part of the ear. And then we're also going to make the inner part of the ear. That goes just like this. So I've already ahead and went and made one. I'm going to show y'all how to make both of these. Now we're going to be making each individual piece, and then once we get each individual piece made, then I'll show you how to come back and put it all together. So now we're going to start working on the inner part of the ear. So we're going to take our white yarn here. You can use either white yarn or cream yarn. I'm using the color white from Red Heart. The Red Heart yarn Super Saver. It is a weight 4 yarn. And I'm also using a size E or 3.5 millimeter hook for this project. So we're going to go ahead and grab our white yarn. We're going to create a slip knot. So we're just going to wrap it around our index finger twice. Bring the back loop forward to the front. And bring the new back loop forward and off our finger. Insert our hook and just pull. That's how we create a slip knot. Okay. So now with the inner ear, we are working them in rows. So we're going back and forth, back and forth. At the end of each row, we're going to chain one and turn. But our chains do not count as stitches. So now with our white, we're going to begin. We're going to chain 2. So just wrap the yarn and pull through. 1, 2. And then in this second chain from the hook, so here's the first one. Here's the first chain. And here's the second chain. Or the first chain that we did. We're just going to go in there with our hook. And we're going to do an increase, which is 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So we're just going to insert a hook, pull over the yarn. We've got the 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through for 1. And do the same thing again for a total of 2. So now that we've finished that row, we are going to chain 1 and turn our work. I think I may need to turn my light down just a little. It looks like it's too bright. Give me just one moment. Let me get this turned down for you. There we go. That's better. So now we have turned our work. And so now on the row 2, we're going to single crochet in this first stitch here. So just do what we just did. And then we're going to increase in the last single crochet. So again, the increase is just 2 single crochets in the same stitch. And you want to make sure that when you go in here to do your single crochet, you're going to make sure you go under the first loop. Let me get my camera to focus. There we go. We're going to go under the first loop, but you also want to make sure you work it and go in and get that back piece of yarn too. So we're just going to do the increase. So there was 1, there was 2, and that was a total of 3 single crochets. So then we're going to chain 1 and turn our work. Okay. So now for round 3, we're going to single crochet in the first stitch, increase in the next one, so that's just 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So there was 2, one more in the same stitch for a total of 3, and then single crochet in the last stitch for a total of 4 single crochets for this row. Sorry, my bad. Now that we've got that finished, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work again. So now for rows 4 through 7, all we're going to do is single crochet in each of the 4 stitches. So we're going to start row 4. So we're going to go in the first one, single crochet for 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to chain 1, so that was row 4. We're going to start row 5, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was row 5. Chain 1 and turn our work. Starting row 6, 1, 2, 3, and 4. That was row 6. Chain 1. Row 7, our last row, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that was row 7. So now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1. We're actually going to work up the side of this triangle that we've made. We're going to do a single crochet just evenly spaced out all the way up this side here. So we're just going to go in and just single crochet all the way up this side. So we're just going to work our ways using single crochets up to the top point of this side of the triangle. Okay. Now we're going to do 1 single crochet in the top. Now once we've got to the top, we're going to chain 2. Now we're going to work our way down the other side, just doing the same thing. Just going in each stitch down the side, working a single crochet all the way down to the other corner. And this little tail here that was at the top, we're just going to hide it behind there and just make sure to work over top of it so that way it'll stay down. So again, just working, now we're going down the other side of the triangle, working a single crochet all the way down in each stitch. So now that we've got a single crochet in the last stitch, what we're going to do is we're just going to chain 1. We're going to fasten off. We're going to leave a long tail for sewing, so about like that. And now that you've got still on your hook, you're just going to pull it through and give it a nice tug. So now we have completed the inner part of the ear, the little white part here. So we've completed that. So now we're going to move on, and we're going to do the outer portion of the ear. So again, this is going to be the outer part of the ear, and this, what we just did, is the inner part of the ear. We're actually going to sew the inner part onto the outer part. So we've already done the inner part, so now we're going to move on to the outer part. What we're going to do here is, with your black yarn, you can use black or brown for this. We're going to do a magic ring. Now I did this in the last video, but I'll go ahead and demonstrate again for you. We're going to hold the yarn with our thumb and pinky. These other 3 fingers, we're going to wrap the yarn around. And when we come up, we're going to make a cross, go back down, and we're going to stick it in there between our thumb and our pinky again. So on this side, you've got the cross, or the X, and we flip it over, both of them parallel to each other. So from here, we're just going to take our hook, stick it under the first strand of yarn, over the back one. We're going to hook the back piece of yarn and bring it to the front. We're going to twist the yarn with our yarn on the hook, and now we're going to grab the new back piece of yarn, and we're going to pull it through that little loop that we made by twisting the yarn. So let me get it pulled through here. Sometimes you may just have to work with it a little bit, and there we go. We got that pulled through. So that's how you do the magic ring. And from here, we are actually going to do 6 single crochets inside of the magic ring. So we're just going to go into the ring we created and make 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now we're going to close up our magic ring. So how we're going to do that is we're going to take the little tail that is hanging down here that has no attaching end, we're going to pinch it here at the beginning with our fingers, and you're just going to pull this tail nice and tight so it closes that ring up. So there you go. Now that we're using black, I got to turn my light up just a little bit so that way we can see a little better. There we go. So now that we've got that magic ring closed, we are going to, in the next round, we're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch and increase in the next stitch for a total of 9 stitches. So we're just going to go into the first stitch here. We're going to do a single crochet. We're going on to the next one, do an increase, which is 2 singles in the same stitch. So there's 2, 3. We're going to do a total of 9. Again, just single crochet for 4. Increase in the next one for 5 and 6. And then finish it off with another increase, with another single for 7. And then finally another increase for 8 and 9. So that was round 2. Now for round 3, we're going to do a single crochet in the first stitch, an increase in the next stitch, and then we're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches, an increase in the next stitch, and we're going to do that 2 times, and then finally we're going to do a last single crochet for 12 total stitches. So we're going to do a single crochet in the next stitch for 1, an increase in the next stitch for 2 and 3, and now we're going to do a single crochet in the next 2 stitches for 4 and 5, and then an increase 6, 7. That was one time we did that, so we're just going to do that again. The single crochet in the 2 stitches and increase. So we're going to single crochet in the next 2 for 8 and 9, increase for 10 and 11, and then in the last stitch we're just going to do a single crochet for a total of 12 stitches. Now for round 4, we're going to single crochet in 3 stitches and do an increase in the next stitch for a total of 15 stitches. So just go in the next one, single crochet for 1, single crochet in the next one for 2, single crochet in the next one for 3, and then you're going to do an increase for 4 and 5, single crochet in the next one for 6, single in the next one for 7, and single in the next one for 8, and an increase for 9 and 10, single in the next one for 11, single in the next one for 12, single in the next one for 13, and finish off with an increase for 14 and 15. But now before we complete the 15th stitch, we're actually going to grab our orange yarn. So see, we didn't complete this last stitch. We still got the 2 loops on our hook. Normally if we were going to complete, we would yarn over and pull through both, but we're not. We're actually just going to grab our orange yarn, fold it over, make a loop, insert our hook, and then finish off that stitch with the orange. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to take our scissors, and with the black yarn that we were using, we're just going to get rid of that real fast. So now that we're going to be using our orange yarn. So now that we've done that, we're just going to single crochet around each stitch for a total of 15. So just going to go into every stitch that we just worked and do a single crochet all around for 15. So there was 2, 3, and you may have to open it up a little bit to see all the stitches. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and in the last one, 15. And now here you can kind of see that your project just kind of starting to make like a little well or a little bowl, that's fine. What we're going to do is we're just going to pop that middle out and reverse it. So that way we're going to be working up instead of creating a bowl. Alright, so that was round 5 with our orange. So now for round 6, we're going to single crochet in the next 2, and then we're going to increase, and then after that for 2 times we're going to single crochet in the next 4, and then increase, and then we're going to end with 2 single crochets. So let's go ahead and get started with round 6. We're going to single crochet into the first 2, so 1 and 2. Then we're going to do an increase for 3 and 4. Now we're going to do this next step twice. We're going to single crochet in the next 4. So if we're keeping count all the way, that's going to be 5, 6, 7, and 8. That was crocheting in the next 4. We're going to increase for 9 and 10, and we're just going to do that again. So go on the next 4, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Then we're going to do an increase, 15, 16, and then we're going to finish off with 2 single crochets. So 17 and 18. We have a total of 18 stitches in this round. Now for rounds 7 and 8, we're just going to single crochet all the way around for the total of 18 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. That was round 7. So we're going to do that again for round 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. That was round 8. So now for round 9, we're going to single crochet in 5 stitches and then increase in the next. We're going to do that all the way around for a total of 21 stitches. So for round 9, we're going to do a single crochet in the next 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do an increase in the next one for 6, 7, single in the next 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, increase in the next one, 13, 14, single in the next 5, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then increase in the last one for 20 and 21. So now that we've gotten this far, for rounds 10, 11, and 12, we're going to single crochet in each of the 21 stitches around. So we're just going to go ahead and get started with round 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whoop, get back on there, there we go, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. That was round 10. So again, we're just going to continue on with round 11, doing the same thing, just single crochet all the way around. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So that was round 11. Again, just round 12, we're going to do the same thing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21 for round 12. So now that we've got that finished, we're just going to do a chain 1. We're going to leave a long tail again for sewing, so we're just going to cut off a long tail. I'm going to pull some yarn out and just cut a long tail. Okay, and then again we're just going to pull what is already on our hook all the way through and give it a nice little tug. And now when we started with the black, there is a little black strand here. We're just going to take our scissors down in here, being careful only to cut the black. There we go, we're going to get rid of that. So now this is what our little ear looks like, kind of like a little Halloween candy cornish, but we're not finished. We're actually, where this opening is, we're just going to fold it closed here. And now we're going to, this tail, we're just going to weave it back and forth to sew this part closed. So we're just going to go into this first stitch here. And as you can see, you went through the first one, it's in the middle, but you need to go all the way through to the other side as well. So we're just going to grab our yarn, pull it through, and we're just going to continue to do that all the way down, sewing this opening of the ear closed. So again, just going in the first, going in the back, grabbing our yarn and pulling through. Just continue to work that all the way down. Until we get to the end. This is just sewing that ear closed, so that way we can, when we get ready to, we can sew it onto the head of the fox. We're almost there. Just weaving it back and forth to get this opening nice and closed. Okay. And when you get to the end, you don't want to forget this last little folded piece here, just to make sure it's nice and closed. Alright, and when we do that, we've got the loop on our hook. Just going to grab our yarn, pull it through the loop, pull that loop closed, and pull nice and tight. So there we have the outer part of the ear that we finished, with the inner ear that we just made on top. So now we've got the 2 ear pieces that we've made, and we also have the nose that we've already done. Alright guys, so I hope that you all have enjoyed this installment of how we do the fox. Next week we're going to come back, we're going to start working on the head of the fox as well. So make sure that you all are hitting that subscribe button and hitting the bell so that way you all can be alerted as to when I upload new videos. You all want to make sure to follow along with the upcoming videos so that way we can finish out this fox. And I will link below the yarn and colors that I'm using, as well as the hook. I will also link below all my social media, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, as well as my website, so that way you all can go there and follow me on there on all those platforms as well. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend, and as always, happy crocheting.